Good morning. It's Randy Byrd for Monday Morning Mojo. If you're watching me on YouTube or our social media channels with video, you'll notice behind me I've got Tuesday Titan Live up behind me because we've got the backdrop and the set up for Noli Williams tomorrow, Tuesday. Today is October 21st. And again, it's Randy Byrd with your Monday Morning Mojo. I've got a great show, a great content for you today. We'll redistribute it to all our podcasts and the YouTube channels and Instagram and all that good stuff. But listen, here's what my message is for the week. Don't worry about what other people think and like and if they're tracking with you or not. And what I mean by that is really you want to focus on the people that are tracking with you. Only 50% of the people are going to like your stuff on social media. All right. That's just a fact. It's kind of like running for office, political office. And, that's one of the reasons I didn't run for political office when I was asked to run for mayor and different campaigns when I was in the building envelope and space for a while. But I wasn't interested in 50% of the people hating me. But if you look at it, social media is no different, right? If you take 100 people, 30 will love you. 30 will track with you. They'll like your stuff. They'll track with you. They'll follow you. 30 will hate you. 30% of the people out there will hate you. They'll leave. They'll hate you. They don't want to hear from you. And then that's 60%. It leaves about 40% in the middle of this category that are kind of neutral. They like some of your stuff. They don't like some of your stuff, but they're there. They're just hanging there, right? Your goal is to evangelize the ones that like you. Super fans, right? Evangelize and really focus on the people that like your content. And with that being said, here's the real secret sauce to this. You have to treat your content as authentic you, vulnerable you. You cannot focus your content on what they will like. Think about that for a minute. If you're focusing your content and you're at your favorite party and you got your favorite dress on and you're doing that for likes, stop that bullshit. Stop doing it. If you like posting with your dress on and you say, I look the hottest in this dress or whatever, the people that love you are going to track with you. The people that think you're shallow or whatever it is in their minds, that's their stuff. That's not your stuff. So really the method and or the message for today on Monday Morning Mojo is really focusing on you and your authentic, vulnerable self. Like I said, Tuesday Titans tomorrow, we got Noli Williams. And when we did our intro call, kind of get to know each other call, wow, did it get vulnerable. I mean, he told me he was from the same areas of Compton that I was, born and raised in East LA, lived in Linwood, Southgate, Huntington Park, Compton, born in Linwood, went to State Street Elementary School in Huntington Park, used to ride, Florence and Normandy and that whole shit show that happened with Reginald Denny and the black and the white and all that stuff was my home turf. I didn't know any better. I was a 10, 12, 14-year-old kid riding his bicycle around thinking I owned that place. But what we talked about is the vulnerable side of where he came from, right? And we had so many parallels. It was unbelievable. Both from, East LA, grew up kind of tough. He grew up selling drugs and at least went through that phase. I did too. That's very vulnerable to admit. Matter of fact, I've never admitted it on a broadcast of any kind. Think about that for a minute. But that's my real version of my younger self, because you don't mention it because you don't want people to dislike you. You don't want people to judge you. People are going to judge when they hear that. But if they know me, they're going to keep hearing. They're going to keep listening. They're going to track with it, because that troubled time as a youth allowed me to become the individual, the person, and really the thought leader that I am today. And I say that with a very humble heart. It allows me to be the person I am today. And when I think about that, it's mind-blowing, right? We both talk about how we lost houses in the turn of 2007, how that forged us. And he went on to become the short sell leader, literally in the real estate space, and I'd say the world. He was the lead trainer with Keller Williams and specifically taught short sales. I never knew that. I bought his books. I tracked his system. I paid for his system. I used his systems. I didn't know he was coming from firsthand knowledge, that he actually lost a house and went through that. I think that makes him a better teacher, trainer, and inspirer. So with that being said, focus on the things that you can control. Focus on the content being crystal clear, totally transparent, vulnerable. People want to hear from that. I'm getting a tremendous amount of outreach now about my social media platforms. And here's the funny part. It was one of my best friend's birthdays last Friday, and the 18th. And I called him and said, happy birthday. We're talking for a few minutes. And the first thing it really comes out of his mind is like, dude, you're like blown up everywhere. I guess you're the social media king now, huh? And I go, where'd you hear that at? And he heard it from one of his friends that track with me. And then when they meet, they talk about me. And you know, or when I come up, they talk about what I'm doing in the social media space. So in their mind, I am like everywhere, right? And in my mind, I've got tens of followers, right? You could count them on both hands and toes, but it's not true. A lot of people are tracking. They just don't like, they don't comment, whatever, but they're in that 40% space in the middle, right? The ones that hate me, I had a post this weekend from some, just an idiot, but I have a Portland event coming up, and I have 3 of the most famous speakers in the real estate space, you know, Brent Gove, Tom Daves, Don Yoakum. And we're doing an event in Portland, and it's a free event for real estate agents and real estate brokers and people in that real estate space. And he commented that, you know, if we combined our wealth and bought houses and gave them away for free to the homeless and all this stuff, and every fiber in my body wanted to comment back to this clown and say, dude, you want us, you know, let's go Bernie Sanders on this thing for a minute. But I didn't. I just deleted it. I just deleted it and let him be, right? And I even thought about leaving it there because that's his version of what's going on, and other people are going to track or take away from it. But if you look, I know Donald Trump, very controversial. This is not political. I never go political. But check this out. In social media, tens of millions of followers and raving fans, obviously, that love him. They wear his hats. They buy his garb. They go to his events. They track everything that has to do with Donald Trump. On the other side, he has the equal number of people that despise and hate his message, hate his moral fiber at a chemistry level. I mean, they just hate him. And that is the political space. You know, when you look at Republican, Democrat, and red, blue, and all this stuff, there's absolute hatred for the other side. And then there's absolute love on the other side where they can't believe that, you know, it's the Hatfield and the McCoys. And he's done a great job of mitigating that social media through his Twitter. He's put Twitter on the map, in my opinion. But when you have somebody that's that transparent about his views, I love that piece of him. I love that part of Donald Trump. There's a lot of things I agree for, a lot of things I don't agree on. Again, not making a stance. I'm just telling you that I love the fact that he's transparent. You know exactly what he's thinking. You never have to like think about what he's thinking. But he's got 30, let's say the number is 30% of the people that hate him, 30% of the people love him. That's 60%. He's got 40% in the middle. They're in the middle. They're tracking with him. They're following him. They like some things. They don't like some things. They hate some things. They love some things. But they're in the middle. And they have the opportunity to become fans. And they have the opportunity to click dislike and become an alienated fan just as easy. It's their choice. That's what's great about social media. So as you leave this show today, think about that. Think about, are you tracking and engaging your fans that love you, or are you making decisions based on the fans that don't really like you? Or one negative comment derails you and you're like, damn it, I knew I shouldn't have posted that video. This one guy said that I had a glass of wine in my hand and now everybody thinks I'm a drinker. No. If you drink wine, be a drinker. You know, I'm on 75 hard right now. I'm on day 57 of the 75-day journey with no alcohol, and I'm a drinker, right? I'm looking forward to drinking again. But here's the deal: it's forever rewired my brain. It's forever rewired my brain 75 hard. Here's a fun little story, and then I'll get off the call for today. But I stayed up in Portland this weekend up at McMiniman's. We had a 50-year-old birthday party for a friend of a friend. Went up there, stayed the weekend. I'm on 75 hard. I got to work out twice a day. So I'm staying at a very nice hotel. I'm like, I'll just hit the gym in the morning. I'll walk around the hotel in the neighborhoods in the afternoon, complete my 2 75 or 45-minute workouts. There's a board in the hallway that said gym with an arrow on it, JYM. So I head to the gym, you know, and I'm bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, ready to knock out some weights and get some cardio in. Whatever space they have, I'm gonna take advantage of it. I get to the gym. There's a big sign on the top of the wall sticking out that says gym, and the doors are locked. And I'm like, maybe my room key, there's no room key thing. The doors are just locked. And so I kind of rattle them a little bit, and somebody opens the door, and I kind of poke my head in, and there's like a wedding practice going on. There's like, a 2-3 dozen people in there in chairs and classroom style, a guy speaking from the front. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I was looking for the gym. They're like, this is the gym. And I'm like, that's not the gym I was thinking. But anyway, so I go to the front desk and I'm like, hey, question, where's the gym? They go, you just came from it. It's right there, right down the hallway. I go, yeah, but that's not a gym. That's like, there's a wedding going on in there. He goes, yeah, but it's in the gym. And I'm like, all right, guys, I'm looking for weights. I'm looking for cardio. I'm looking for, like, do you have a bicycle or anything, a rowing machine? He goes, oh, no. We don't have that here. I'm like, well, why does it say gym everywhere? Well, it's the old gymnasium because it's at the Kennedy School that used to be a school that's now McMinimans, and that was the gymnasium. And so here I am looking for the gym, JYM, and it's nowhere to be found. They go, oh, 3 miles away, we've got a relationship with Anytime Fitness or something. But it was funny where they were looking at me like I was an alien because I was asking for a gym in my gym outfit, and they were telling me like 3 times that's right over there. And I'm arguing that's not right over there. There's people in there. So anyway, to me, I thought it was just a funny story because here I am, in 20 years, I've never looked for a gym in a hotel. Now that I am one, I'm looking for a gym in a hotel. It's literally a gymnasium converted to a meeting space for weddings. And I just got a giggle out of that. But anyway, listen, happy Monday morning mojo. And again, Tuesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, if you're around, watch my show, Tuesday Titans Live with Noli Williams. It's going to be off the hook. We're going to get super vulnerable. We're going to get super deep. I can tell this show's going to go deep. I think we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. He mentioned suicide, and we started talking about suicide for a minute. And I said, let's save this for the show. And it's going to be raw. It's going to be real. And you know what? 30 or 40% of the people are going to love the content. 30 or 40% of people are going to think we're stupid and leave. And I'm totally okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with it. Matter of fact, they don't deserve a place on our show. It's not about them being bad. It's about them just not tracking with our content. I hope the content helps you. I'm hearing a lot of positive feedback now from the 30% probably, but I'm up. I'm up for it. I'm doing it. I'm excited. So have a great Monday. Go crush the day. This is Randy Byrd with Monday Morning Mojo. Thank you for listening. I'll see you soon, but check out tomorrow, Tuesday Titans Live, 9 a.m. Pacific. Going to have a Facebook watch party. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Bye for now.